Hey guys, for those of you that are new to following me, then welcome. For those of you that already follow me on Instagram and have followed me over onto YouTube, welcome back. This is a very special reading dedicated to the 1111 portal. So on Wednesday, the 11th of November, we will be experiencing the 1111 portal. Please note that the energies are interchangeable. They are not gender specific. Please take what resonates and discard the rest. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, all of the details you'll be able to find in the description box below. So without further hesitation, let's begin. So the first thing that I want to talk about when we're discussing the 1111 portal is the actual significance of the number 11. So we're going to start off with the number 1. So 1 in numerology represents the self. It represents absolution. It represents manifestation, but it also represents the connection that we have from the physical plane to the spiritual plane. The number 11 is the double sort of vibration of the number 1. It is also a master number. It represents spiritual illumination. It also represents transmutation of personal power on a higher frequency. So this is essentially understanding how your vibration can elevate and how you can tap into your higher consciousness as a result of raising your vibration. 11 is also the number that is related to wisdom. And what's really interesting about the number 11 is that if we add 1 and 1 together, it gives us the number 2. And 2 within numerology represents harmony. It represents empathy. It represents sensitivity. It represents choices. It represents decisions, and it represents balance. Now, when we look at the number 1111, it has different sort of connotations and meanings to it. So one of the first sort of ways in which we can look at the number 1111 is it's talking about the awakening of human consciousness. The 1111 portal that we will be experiencing is going to allow us to access light ascension codes to gain even more divine knowledge. And in the most simplistic of ways of explaining this, what that basically means is that there is going to be an elevation of our consciousness based on the energy and the vibrations that we will be feeling as a result of going through this particular portal. Now, what's really significant about this portal in particular, because we experience the 1111 portal every 11th of November. However, we're in the year 2020. Now, when we look at the meaning of 2020, it represents seeing things clearly or seeing things from a bigger perspective or from a higher perspective. So the vibration of the 1111 in the year 2020 essentially means that we are gaining a spiritual enlightenment in order to connect to our authentic self through source energy, which is absolutely beautiful. So this for me is talking about the planet's consciousness elevating and awakening. Now, another sort of significance of the number 11 is that in astrology, the 11th house is the one that talks about friendships and groups and society. So for some of us, this particular 1111 portal may mean that we're going to be moving towards working to elevate ourselves spiritually as well as emotionally, which will mean that as our vibrations are elevating it both on a spiritual and an emotional level, we're then going to come into alignment with people from our soul tribe. So these are people that we elevate and resonate with on a soul level. Somebody that knows our soul, possibly people that we've even met in previous incarnations, will be our soul tribe. So this represents coming into alignment with them. With the double 1111 as well, this particular energy allows us to be able to manifest at a rapid rate. And it's quite significant that this is happening during Scorpio season, in which our manifestation powers are heightened simply because of the fact that Scorpio represents the element of water. Water represents not only all things to do with our emotions, but also to do with spirit. And when we're dealing with spirit, we're dealing with our intuition as well as manifestation. Therefore, it's really important during this time to really be mindful of our energy and really be mindful about where we choose to focus our energy, because anything that we choose to focus on during this portal is essentially what we're likely to manifest. So it's really important that we keep our thoughts and our energy as positive and optimistic and focused on our goals as we possibly can. What we can also notice from this double 1111 number is that with this vibration, we can see both the balance coming in, because we've got 11 on one side and 11 on the other side. So one represents the divine masculine energy, one represents the divine feminine energy. So this for me is significant, because what this will mean after we've experience this portal is that there's going to be a shift in our consciousness. There's going to be a massive shift within society. So what we will start to see as a result of coming through this portal is that we're going to have less patriarchy, so there'll be less male dominance and more equality. So there's going to be a balance of the masculine and feminine energy as a result of this particular light ascension portal. What is also really significant about the 1111 number, when we see this depicted in tarot, this is usually the Four of Wands, where we see two wands on one side and two wands on the other side, which represents a soulmate or a twin flame connection. Now, the 1111 number represents what we call a mirrored soul. So somebody that reflects us on a soul level. So this is the physical manifestation of someone that we actually are vibrating with energetically. And this particular portal can be used not only to call forward our soul tribe, but to also call forward our soulmate or our twin flame. But I do want to sort of give you like a word of caution, that if you are somebody that is looking to use this portal to manifest your soulmate or your twin flame, please note that they're only going to be a reflection of you. So you need to know that unless you have done all of the inner healing work that you need to raise your vibrations to where you want it to be, to attract the partner that you are trying to call forward, that they're only going to bring forward a partner that is as healed to a certain extent as you are for all of the work that you have been doing with regards to your emotions. Now, on this particular day, we're going to have the moon in Virgo, and we're also going to experience a stellium. So we're going to have Jupiter, Pluto, and also Saturn in the same house, which is in the house of Capricorn. Capricorn is the ruler of the 10th house, which deals with achievements, it deals with work, and it deals with sort of prosperity and success. So we've got three major aspects that we need to focus on. We've got the moon trine Jupiter, then we have the moon trine Pluto and the moon trine Saturn, which all directly correlate to this 1111 portal. Now, the moon trine Jupiter represents manifestation. So for us, this means that we're going to have the ability to subconsciously put our energy, our emotions, and our thoughts towards that which we desire and that we seek, and we will have a fortunate and favorable outcome, simply because of the fact that Jupiter is the planet that not only governs Sagittarius, but represents growth and luck and fortune and expansion. The second aspect that's really important within this 1111 portal is the moon trine Pluto. So Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, and the sun is currently in Scorpio. So Plutonian energy deals with the 8th house, which is other people's money. It deals with mysteries. It deals with secrets. It deals with intimacy. It deals with other people's money. So what I'm seeing with this particular aspect is that there's going to be some deep healing. With the moon trine Pluto, it's an opportunity for us to be able to really go deeper into the subconscious mind and to release anything that we're holding on to subconsciously that has been preventing us from moving forward. So how I'm seeing this is, for a lot of people, this moon trine Pluto is going to allow us to uncover childhood wounds that may stem from our parents that have created this need for security and stability. But instead of looking for this security and stability from outside of ourselves, we're now being asked to create that security and stability from within. The final aspect that I want to talk about that relates to this 1111 portal is the moon trine Saturn, which is the balancing of emotions. This is going to be the balancing of the feminine energy, and taking greater accountability for emotions, but there's also going to be a balancing of the masculine energy. So what's been dominating society and how society has been ruled based on patriarchy is actually going to be getting a lot of refinement during this particular portal. And I feel like it's also necessary to mention that it's really important for the feminine energy to balance out, and in order for harmony to sort of be restored, we need to sort of approach this sort of time with a lot of love and a lot of compassion. So without further hesitation, I'm going to begin. I'm going to be using quite a few decks for this. So I'm going to start off with the Starseed Oracle. I will then be using the Starseed Tarot, and I will be closing out the reading with some messages from the Moonology Oracle cards. So without further hesitation, let's begin. I'm going to shuffle the Oracle deck first. Okay, so what are the energies that we can expect to see during the 1111 portal? So we have Whale and Orca Elders, share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. We have You're Not Alone, isolation, physical connection and community. We have the Blue Flame, spontaneous awakening, activation and integration time. And I'll pull one final card. And the final card is Fall Into My Arms, surrender, holding the opposites and extremes of life. Beautiful. Let's start off by actually analysing the bottom of the deck energy. So at the bottom of the deck, we have You're Not For Everyone, embrace your weirdness, face true north. So for me, this is the overall energy which sets the tone for what we can expect during the 1111 portal. What we're being told by Spirit here is about understanding that we are unique, and in our uniqueness, that is going to lead us towards that which we seek or that which we desire. And not everybody that we're currently around is going to continue to resonate with us, simply because of the fact that there is a massive sort of elevation of consciousness that is happening. Some people are starting to elevate, others are not. So therefore, what's going to happen is that you are going to fall out of alignment with certain people that you may have been friends with for a very long time. But what we're kind of being told by Spirit here is that stop trying to insert yourself in spaces that you've long since outgrown. It's almost like trying to put yourself, if you've got a size 5 foot, into a size 3 shoe. It doesn't fit anymore. So it's about being truthful and honest with who you are, stepping into your authenticity and really walking your path in order to discover what it is that you want. And in discovering what it is that you want, sort of taking action towards that which you desire. Beautiful message. Okay, so we're going to look at the rest of the cards. So the first card here is Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. This for me is strong water energy. This could even be sort of the energy of maybe Pisces, even Cancer or Scorpio. And what I'm really seeing from this, I'm getting more Piscean energy from this, is it's talking about really diving deep into who we are. What is it that makes us unique? What is it that we desire? What is it that we are needing to explore and reveal and achieve in this lifetime? It's really about gaining a deeper understanding of what it is that we want, and sharing our song is about us being able to express what it is that we want. So knowing what we want by diving deep, but expressing what it is that we want. And then when we're talking about frequency of sound, it's about putting ourselves in alignment with that which we desire. Once we identify what we want and we've expressed to the universe that this is what we seek or this is what we desire. So this is really about your heart's desire, about your emotions, and about fulfillment overall. Beautiful. The next card here is You're Not Alone. It says isolation, physical connection, and community. For me, what this is talking about is that this 1111 portal is going to be an energetic portal that is going to allow us to connect to those people that belong to, when I see community, I feel soul tribe energy. So 11 is all about sort of groups and people within society. So this is going to be an opportunity in which the cosmic energies are going to put us into alignment with those that we resonate with and those that we vibrate with on a higher frequency. So if you've been feeling alone simply because of the fact that you really have been sort of on your own, sort of doing what it is that you're doing, focusing on yourself, and that people that you may have been around may not necessarily understand what you're doing or appreciate who you are or who you have grown to become, don't worry about the fact that you may have been on your own, because you will no longer be alone after this 1111 portal, because you will be coming into alignment with those from your soul tribe for some of you. For others of you, you're going to be coming into alignment with your twin flame, or if you believe in twin flames, or your soulmate, as I prefer to use the term. So you will be coming into alignment with those that are a reflection of who you are on an energetic level, which is going to elevate and propel you to develop yourself even deeper and get to know yourself, not only on a physical and an emotional and a spiritual level, but also on a cosmic level, in which you're going to be tapping into, for some of you, extrasensory gifts or psychic or spiritual gifts. Depends on what your sort of belief system or modality is, but you're going to be getting an enhancement as a result of going through this particular portal. And once you're in alignment with those that are of similar mindset, this is only going to push you further into deeper exploration of knowing who you are and what it is that you can do. Beautiful. What I'm seeing here with the blue flame is it literally looks like you're walking through a portal. So it says here, blue represents the throat chakra and it represents communication. And this for me is about communication on a deeper level, on a cosmic level, for some of us. And it says spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. For some people, this 1111 portal is going to act as an activation in which they are going to be able to see things for exactly what they are. It's almost like the proverbial veil has been lifted from their eyes and they're able to see things clearly. For others, this particular message is talking about the fact that there is a higher level of consciousness that some of us are going to be elevating to once we go through this particular portal, which is going to unlock other gifts and abilities that we may have. What I'm also seeing as well with the integration time is it's talking about everything coming together. So when we say everything coming together, I feel like this, because of the fact that this is a light ascension portal, and there's going to be even more light, which is going to give even more love to us as a planet and as a sort of as a community as well. What's going to happen is that we're going to be looking at the things that bring us together and the things that we have in common, and looking at our similarities rather than focusing on our differences, which is what we have been doing based on the sort of old age, which is now dying out, which is the Piscean age, because we are now entering the Aquarian age, which is an age of knowing rather than an age of feeling. The final card here is falling to my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. What this is talking about is us really surrendering to spirit, allowing spirit to come in, allowing ourselves to be molded by spirit, allowing ourselves to be guided by spirit, allowing ourselves to co-create with spirit, and allowing us to walk a path that's going to give us the greatest amount of support by following in spirit's footsteps and by listening to our intuition. So this is absolutely beautiful. I'm seeing that for some of us, this represents this energy almost of like regeneration or rebirth. It's almost like for some of us, it's going to be like a baptism in which you're going through, like, I would like to say a spiritual cosmic initiation in which you're able to see things clearly. For others of us, this is simply going to be an elevation. So gaining a deeper relationship with our higher self and gaining a deeper relationship with spirit on a cosmic level, on a global level, so that we can not only connect to source, but also as a result of connecting to source, connect to those that we're supposed to be with. So our soul tribes, or for others, twin flames or soul partners. So I'm going to confirm these messages and I'm going to use the Starseed Tarot. So why is Whale and Orca Elders here? And the first card that we have is the Knight of Swords. Why is You're Not Alone here? We have the Five of Swords. Why is Blue Flame here? So we have the Knight of Wands. And finally, why is Fall Into My Arms here? So two cards have come out. So we have the High Priestess and the Six of Pentacles. Beautiful. Okay, so let's have a look at the bottom of the deck energy. So we have the Five of Cups. So for me, the Five is about a transformation. It's about a change. It's about endings. But with those endings, there are new beginnings. So there is something that we're going to have to leave, walk away from, or possibly sacrifice in order to have this new opportunity that awaits us. I feel like this represents leaving old emotions of the past behind, like allowing these old emotions to be sort of cleansed or purified by acknowledging them and releasing them, in order to create more space for spirit to work on your behalf. But what I really love about this depiction is there is still two cups behind, which for me represents hope. This represents a new opportunity. For some, this represents connection with another person on a business level. For others, this could represent connection with a person on a romantic level, but knowing that this change is going to bring about, this loss is going to bring about positive changes, and is going to be more progressive in the advancement of us as individuals working towards our divine life path or our divine life purpose. So we have the Knight of Swords here, and the Knight of Swords represents the element of air. So we're talking about our thoughts, and we're also, when we're looking at the Knight of Swords, we're talking about all things to do with strategy and intellect, taking action. It could even represent ideas. So for me, because of the fact that this deals with the element of air, and when we're looking at air, it's to do with our thought process and also to do with our communication of our thoughts. This is about us really taking action towards what it is that we want, which confirms the whale and orca elders. It's about us really revealing and stripping back what it is that we want, taking control, taking action in order to create the life that we desire. So this energy that we're going to be receiving from this 1111 portal is going to empower us even more to move forward towards our pathway or our purpose. For some of us, it's going to be starting individual businesses, but ones that are more meaningful. For others, it's going to be about putting ourselves in alignment with that which we love or desire, whether it be a romantic partnership or whether it's a desire to meet people that we resonate with on an emotional, spiritual, and intellectual frequency. The next card that we have is the Five of Swords. So we've got the repetition of the 5 at the bottom of the deck, which was the 5 of Cups, which is talking about something that we have to lose or something that we have to sacrifice in order to move forward. And now we're talking about the 5 of Swords. So we've got the 2 5s here. When we're looking at the 5 of Swords, swords is all to do with our thoughts. So this is the element of air. And this is about being in a position where we may be feeling quite conflicted. We're not entirely certain. We might be overthinking something. We might be in conflict with others. We might be just feeling conflicted within ourselves. And what I'm seeing for a lot of us with this card is that we're feeling conflicted within ourselves simply because of the fact that we have chosen to walk a path. And now, because of the choices that we have made, that we have adjusted to or adapted within our lifestyle in order to gain more emotional and spiritual balance within our life, it has left us isolated simply because there is nobody that we feel that we can connect with on a sort of spiritual level or a soul level. But this for me is a confirmation that what you need to do is understand that this particular 1111 portal is going to be bringing us into alignment with that which we desire and that which we seek. Whether this is a partnership on a business level, whether this is a divine union on a romantic level, so a soulmate or a twin flame, or whether this is simply going to put us in alignment with those from our soul tribe, those that know us, those that we resonate with, those that we possibly even met in previous lifetimes. So it's about coming out of this energy and allowing the changes to unfold and being patient and understanding that everything is happening in divine timing. Now, the next card that we have is we've got the Knight of Wands, and we've got the confirmation of the Knight of Wands, which is blue flame. Now, when we see the Knight of Wands, this represents the element of fire, and this is predominantly, when I see this, I think of Aryan energy, and this is about moving forward and taking action towards that which we desire and that which we seek. Take action towards this these light ascension codes, walking through this portal and elevating ourselves on a conscious level, because by doing this sort of meditation that you'll probably be doing on the day of the portal opening or even the evening, this is going to allow us to open ourselves up on a emotional and our spiritual level. But what's going to be heightened as well as our intuition is our ability to create. So this represents the energy of creativity and the fact that as a result of experiencing these light ascension codes, we are going to emerge more creative. So there may be a desire within us to be able to make maybe a product or a service or even a business for some of you as a result of receiving these downloads. Now, the final cards that we have before I close out the reading with some messages of advice is we have Fall Into My Arms, which is confirmed by the High Priestess. The High Priestess is number 2. 2 is about choices and it's about decisions. It's also about creating harmony and creating balance. The High Priestess represents the energy of the moon. So this is Cancerian energy, and this is about us tapping into our intuition and paying attention to our intuition and our emotions, and understanding that when we follow our intuition, it's going to allow us to surrender to spirit and be more open to what spirit is showing us, and to allow spirit to sort of remold us in a sort of higher vibrational way so that we can live the highest vibrational life that we possibly can, which is absolutely beautiful. So this is also about releasing as well, because of the fact that the high priestess represents the moon, and the moon, when it's at its fullest, is all about letting go of emotions, thoughts and behaviors that no longer serve us in order to create more room for spirit. The final card that we have is the Six of Pentacles. For me, this represents the energy of stability and security, that grounding energy that we get from the earth element, and the six representing harmony and balance. So this, for me, represents that there is going to be more of a balance of the divine masculine and divine feminine energy, and the moon represents feminine energy. It represents intuitive energy. So for me, this represents harmony or balance coming back into our life as a result of this particular portal. And this is on a social level as well as a spiritual and an energetic level, because some of us have been operating so heavily in our divine masculine energy. There's been a neglect of using the divine feminine energy or tapping into the divine feminine energy, and this particular portal is going to act as an awakening for us to utilize that energy even more. So I'm going to be closing out the reading with some cards from the Moonology deck. I'm going to do one more shuffle. Okay, so what are the messages of advice, please, Spirit, for the 1111 portal? What can we expect? Okay, show the world the real you. We've got, what do you need to release? Let's pull two more. And we've got, believe in the impossible. I'm not going to take all of these, Spirit. Oh, okay, we've got one more. We've got luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. And then we also have new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. Bottom of the deck energy, we have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. For me, this is talking about the fact that we're going to receive even more light, which is going to create even more love. So sort of bringing more love into the situation represents bringing more love within the world and bringing more love within humanity. So this is about us as a sort of collective consciousness elevating together based on the frequency of love. Now, the full moon in Aquarius for me is about all of us stepping into a more authentic place in which we are becoming more in alignment with who we are, and sort of not being scared to share that with the world by showing the world the real you. For me, that's a confirmation of the Whale and Orca elders, which is sharing your song and diving deep. This is about exploring who you are, but being able to express who you are through exploration of who you are. Beautiful. The next card that we have is, what do you need to release? There are certain things that we may need to release that may be buried into our subconscious mind. So there may be a need to do some shadow work. And when we say shadow work, we're talking about getting a reading possibly to explore what it is that you're holding on to subconsciously that you're unaware of, and working on releasing whatever emotions that you may be holding on to that may be preventing you from manifesting, because obviously this particular portal is going to have strong manifestation powers. Believing in the impossible is also telling us that miracles are going to be able to happen as a result of entering through this portal. So to keep our vibrations positive and to keep our vibrations high, we recently had a blue moon in Taurus right at the end, which was on the 31st of October, and luck is on your side. So we're going to be entering the Sagittarius season towards the end of November, and this is talking about seeing things from a bigger picture and understanding that the energies that are around us through this portal is supporting us to be able to focus on that which we desire, that which we seek, and put us in alignment with our divine life path. And for me, because of the fact that this is a black moon, this represents a new moon, so this represents a brand new beginning. And then the final card that we have is New Moon in Aries. It's time to take action. It's time to move forward. For me, this is a confirmation of the Knight of Wands energy, about moving forward, taking action, and being able to use this energy to tap into our creativity, but also focus towards the goals that we have. So for me, it's a confirmation here of the New Moon in Sagittarius, because it's about seeing the bigger picture, but this is about focusing on what the overall goal is for us. I hope that this has helped. I hope that this has resonated, and I will speak to you all again very soon. And I hope that you have a happy 11/11 portal. Take care. Bye.